following on from the point on the opening day, we head to Hartlepool this weekend, Kev. Firstly, though, how's everybody recovered from the first game and how's training been this week?
Yeah, good. The lads have been very good in training, really bright. And as you say, off the back of, the first game after, it's a long off-season this year. So, point on the board, moving to this week, the weekend's game off the back of a decent week's training, and I feel like everyone's in a better place again, another full week of being at it in training, and only stand us in good stead.
Yeah, against York we saw the strong defensive work and the resilience and the hard work as well that we saw many times last season on display, and that's going to be needed even more so, isn't it, when we go away from home? Yeah,
I think so. You're going to be tested, no more so than at Hartlepool. Obviously, Darren's gone in as manager, and you can see already, you know exactly what you're getting. They'll test you. Had a great result the weekend, and they'll be looking to build on that first home game. New fans and new manager, new fans. So a real tough game, and a long trip for our fans as well. But one, we're looking forward to.
Yeah, you mentioned Hartlepool got that win last weekend, and also Darren Sar's gone in there. Somebody you would have come up against many times at previous clubs at Woking and Yeovil. Obviously, it's only one game, but did you see similar traits to sort of Darren Sar's side that from the ones you've come up against that you may have to face this weekend?
Yeah, I think so. I think every manager will have their traits and how they work and what they do. And yeah, I know Darren really well and done a brilliant job at Woking. Getting them into the playoffs, and obviously the year after didn't quite work. But again, listen, they'll be competitive, Hartlepool, and every game we played against this side have been tight either way, and never much in it. So I expect much of the same.
Yeah, and the first away trip of the season, and I think it's quite safe to say our supporters are probably one of the world's best, well-supported teams. They travelled really well, and there must be a really big source of inspiration for you and the players. Yeah,
without a doubt. I think last year the numbers we took, everywhere we went, the length and breadth of the country, and the noise they make is brilliant for the players. They feed off that, and as you say, we're going into a team, their first home game. We'll take big numbers, I'm sure, and I'm sure they'll make themselves heard, and we want to give them something to cheer as well.
Just our away record last season, obviously it's a completely new season, but we won 8 games, drew 9 and only lost 6, which that loss column was only bettered by 3 other teams who lost 5 games. Do you feel like that's the sort of marker for a successful season, or are you always looking for those small margins to improve?
Listen, I ain't look too far ahead in terms of what numbers you've got to get, and we do set targets and break things down. But if you look too far ahead and try to second guess what might happen further down the line, you can take your eye off the ball, what's in front of you, and that's the most important thing for us. And listen, if you're going to be successful, your away form has got to be good. I think there's no doubt about that. And there's times you've got to go away from home, dig in, and earn a draw, a point, a win. Because you're not going to play brilliant every game, but you've got to find ways to win and find ways to get results, and we hope to do that.
Yeah, and the first sort of week following with a 3-game week, but full focus for you on Hartlepool and trying to get those 3 points.
Yeah, listen, not looking too far ahead at all. A lot changes in short amount of time from football, and we do go on a travel and we come back home, but we'll see where we are after the game Saturday. Anything before that is full focus on the game.
Good luck. Thank you.
Saw Noor Hussein out running before the game on Saturday. How's he doing?
Yeah, good. Picked up doing a bit more training in around the team, so that's pleasing. I think it's one of them because he's been out so long. We've got to manage him and make sure he's ready to come back in at the right time. But a definite plus in terms of seeing him out on the grass.
Is that still the shin issue, or has he picked up something else as well?
No, just that was the recovery from the operation in the summer. So they had a certain amount of time, with the physios, with the sports scientists before he comes back into full team training.
We saw Jack Bridge come in a bit more central on Saturday. You obviously got your core squad who can be so flexible. Do you feel like there's still some tinkering to do to work out your best team and best formation for the season? Yeah,
possibly. I think there's players can play a number of different positions. I think Bridgie's done that quite a lot last year as well. He played there, so it's something we can look at, and it's something that we think will work as well. Probably midfield's probably not where we've had loads of options, and it's one we're looking at. So you know, having been able to do that is, I think he's more effective when we've got the ball. You know, Saturday we probably didn't have as much as the ball we wanted, so he becomes less effective. But it's an option that we can use, you know, at times with Bridgie. Yeah.
The combination up front seems to be coming well together. We saw it work so well in pre-season, but the goal on Saturday coming from Gus Scott Morris, you've always said you want goals from all over the pitch, so starters you mean to go on? Yeah,
listen, please score for set piece, which is always nice in your first game. Listen, Gussie's a threat, but yeah, the front two, we probably didn't give him enough service Saturday and have enough attacking moments in around the opposition final third for them to be more effective. So, you know, something we want to do. We didn't think there'll be a good partnership, but only as good as the service they get, and we've got to improve that slightly.
And say about Rafferty, obviously, he's been a potential midfield option, but he's looking elsewhere.
Yeah, we spoke to him last week, and his dad and his agent as well. So we offered him something that was, you know, short term leading to longer term once he got games in, and like we do with a lot of our players, it's all incentive based, you know, very similar to what a lot of the young players are on. He wanted it a certain way, but we weren't going to change how we were as a club and what we do. But he's looking at his options elsewhere, I think abroad. So that's last I spoke to him.
And in terms of transfers, any offers accepted or anything like that?
No, I don't know about any offer accepted anywhere. We're still looking and we're trying. You know, we hope to have one or two in, but maybe not now before the weekend. But you know, we're always looking.